by cotton and wheat fields, this mid-sized tourist resort on Turkey's Aegean coast takes its name from Didyma, an ancient Greek sanctuary. Didyma has a 2,300-year-old temple of Apollo in a fantastic state of preservation and linked to the ancient city of Miletus, a few to the north, by a sacred way. You don't need to be a classicist to be wowed by the temple and the ruins of other ancient cities that once lined a gulf that was wiped from the map hundreds of years ago when the Meander River Delta silted up. Today we share the top 10 best things to do in Didim so you can plan a trip and experience all the exciting attractions and activities this beautiful city has to offer. Starting with number 10, Didyma. The sprawling archaeological site on the northwest side of modern Didyma was hallowed ground for ancient Greeks. Didyma was a sanctuary, renowned for its oracle of Apollo, and with a temple famous throughout the ancient world. The Temple of Apollo is in a wonderful state of preservation and we'll devote a whole paragraph to it next. While this is the high point, there's a lot more to dive into at Didyma, including some recent discoveries. You'll come across a Roman theater, a stadium, and the large foundations of a temple of Artemis. At number 9 is the Temple of Apollo. Didyma's showpiece, then and now, is one of the largest ancient temples ever built. This Hellenistic structure was begun in the 4th century BCE on the site of two predecessors going back another 400 years. The platform, Krupodoma, for this building has 7 steps and measures nearly 60 meters by 120 meters. The temple was surrounded by a double row of Ionic columns, each nearly 20 meters tall, 2 of which remain at their original height. Then atop the monumental staircase is a vestibule, pronaos, with 3 rows of 4 columns. At number 8, Altinkum Plajı. Didym's main beach has an undeniable appeal. On a scallop-shaped bay, about 500 meters long, there's a wide crescent of soft and light sand. This is tourism central in Didim, and the coastal Yali CD behind is crowded with apartment blocks, with cafes, restaurants, supermarkets, and souvenir shops on their ground floors. In between is a paved promenade tracking the bay and benches and flower beds under swaying palms. Something to love about all the public beaches in Didim is how shallow and calm the surf is, even on windy days. At number 7, Miletus. In antiquity, Didim was on the south side of a peninsula that jutted out into Aegean. On the north side was the ancient city of Miletus, a harbor at the entrance of the now dried-up Latmian Gulf. Miletus has Neolithic origins dating back 5,000 years and enjoyed its golden age before the Persian invasion in the 6th century BCE. Up to that time, this was one of the richest and most powerful settlements in Ionia. This was the birthplace for the mathematician and philosopher Thales, remembered as the first Greek to break from mythology and use science to explain the natural world and universe. At number 6 in our list, Manastır Koyu. Southwest of the center of Didim, the coastline cuts in and out on a series of little coves, with almost no sign of mass tourism to be found among the rocks and scrub. One such cove is Manastır Koyu, which is named for the site of a nearby monastery. This place has the bare minimum in terms of amenities, which is part of its appeal. The cove is headed by a small, curving sandy beach, in front of which is a big spread of shimmering turquoise water. At number 5, Lake Bafa. Now 15 minutes inland from Didim, this lake, protected as a nature park, was once the eastern crook of the Latmian Gulf around which many of the ancient cities in the area were located. The coastline shifted west down the centuries as the delta of the Menderes River silted up. If you have a car, the D525 road runs high along the southern shore, with superb views over the lake to the mountainous and unspoiled north shore peppered with a mix of wild and cultivated olive groves. All around the shoreline there are places to stop and savor the landscape, and catch sight of the flamingos and diversity of other birds that inhabit the lake. At number 4, Priene Ruins. Another city on the Latvian Gulf was Priene, which now commands the plain from the steep foot of the mountain Mikuli by the Dilek National Park. A mid-sized settlement, Priene sits in a grid pattern on a series of terraces rising to almost 400 meters above sea level. It moved to this location in the 4th century BCE and was planned as a model city, constructed entirely in local marble by Mausolus of Halicarnassus and Alexander the Great following his conquest of the region. The Temple of Athena from this time sits dramatically against a cliff face and was dedicated to Alexander the Great, although the inscribed dedication is now at the British Museum. At number 3 in our list, Tavşan Burnu Tabiat Park. Only 10 minutes north of Didim proper is a compact nature park, encompassing a 16-hectare parcel of coastline. The park is open to day visitors and also has a campsite hiding in the pine forest, where you can rent a tent for the night. The campsite here comes with a shop, showers, restaurant, sports facilities, electrical outlets, and picnic tables. On the coast is a long beach that wins a blue flag year on year and has a narrow strip of sand by tranquil, shallow waters. At number 2, Dilek Peninsula-Büyük Menderes Delta National Park. A day trip that you have to keep in mind is this 27,500-hectare national park at the rugged Dilek Peninsula and the delta of the Büyük Menderes River. What you do once you arrive depends entirely on how you like to spend your time. This environment is extremely biodiverse, growing more than 800 different plant species, while the delta supports profuse bird life, including waterbirds like Dalmatian pelicans, pygmy cormorants, little egrets, and Kentish plovers. Caracals, striped hyenas, golden jackals, and Eurasian lynxes are known to prowl the deep forests of the peninsula. Check out the number 1 places in our list, Cennetköy Plajı. Follow the coastline east of Altinkum Beach, and within a few hundred meters you'll be at a beautiful sandy cove. Cennetköy Plajı, Paradise Beach, about 150 meters long, is separate from the resort, with only sparse holiday communities behind. Not many people make the trip, and the facilities are basic, though there is a shower/restroom as well as a cafe renting out some loungers. The reason to come is for the sea, which is perfectly transparent if you pick a calm day, and safe for youngsters and less experienced swimmers. Now it's time to hear from you. What's your favorite things to do in Didim? Is there something we missed? Let us know in the comments section below, and don't forget to give this video a like and subscribe to Greenable if you haven't already. Click the bell icon to stay updated on all our latest content.